Bill Clinton to Donald Trump, several U.S. presidents have made significant promises during their campaigns that they later contradicted or failed to fulfill once in office. This pattern of promising one thing to the public and then acting differently, often to benefit corporations, is indeed a recurring phenomenon in American politics. Here are major examples. 1. Bill Clinton's healthcare reform promise. Clinton campaigned on implementing a universal healthcare system. However, his proposed healthcare reform agenda failed to materialize, and instead, the country saw a continuation of a largely privatized healthcare system. This failure benefited insurance companies and other healthcare industry stakeholders. George W. Bush's foreign policy promise. Bush promised a humble foreign policy with no nation building during his 2000 campaign. He criticized the Clinton-Gore administration for being too interventionist. However, after the September 11, 2001 attacks, Bush's presidency became defined by interventionist foreign policies, including the invasions of Afghanistan and Iraq. Barack Obama's promise to close Guantanamo. Obama pledged to close the detention facility at Guantanamo Bay. Despite efforts to fulfill this promise, the facility remained open throughout his presidency and continues to operate today. Donald Trump's promise to drain the swamp. Trump campaigned on reducing corporate influence in Washington. However, once in office, he implemented policies that significantly benefited corporations, such as the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which slashed tax rates for the wealthiest Americans and corporations. The recent market crash and economic turmoil pose significant challenges to Trump's Make America Great Again MAGA agenda. The S&P 500 has lost all post-election gains, and the Nasdaq Composite has entered a 10% correction. Simulation with AI shows a significant reduction in trade volumes between the US and Canada due to tariffs. US exports to Canada dropped from 1,000 billion to approximately 875 billion, while Canadian exports to the US fell to around 850 billion. This reduction hurts businesses dependent on cross-border trade. The simulation estimates that the US GDP is negatively impacted by $25 billion, while Canada's GDP suffers a larger loss of $50 billion due to higher dependence on US. So who is making money with USA-Canada trade war? It's difficult to identify clear winners in the USA-Canada trade war, as most sources emphasize that trade wars generally have no winners. According to one expert, China could be a winner in Trump's trade war with Canada and Mexico. The tariffs may undercut efforts to reshore manufacturing from China to North America, potentially benefiting Chinese manufacturers. Certain protected U.S. industries, such as steel and aluminum manufacturers, may see short-term gains due to reduced competition from Canadian imports. Some domestic producers in both countries may benefit if consumers shift to local products due to higher prices on imports. International steel companies with U.S. operations, companies such as Australia's BlueScope and Japan's Yamato Kogyo, have experienced gains due to elevated U.S. steel prices. So who loses in a trade war? Consumers.